All right, congratulations on taking the first step to reclaiming your name in commerce because, again, remember, you don't own the sole proprietor, and that is the worst place to be. So, we want to get out from underneath that completely. And if you went through that last video correctly, you did not check the EIN box because they will want your social. And if you don't give them your social, they are going to charge you a lot of money and also ask you questions you probably don't know how to answer. So, rather than go through that trouble and pay those fees, I'm going to show you guys exactly how to get your EIN number without using your social security number. So again, we want to keep those separate. We don't want to activate the commerce clause, or we don't want to get us tripped up on the alter ego doctrine, which in short is just there's no distinction between you, your person, and you, your business. So by being a sole member LLC, it's really no better than being a sole proprietor, but it is easier to get funding. So in the beginning, if you're trying to get funding, it's fine being a sole member because you can always resign and put it into holding later. So if you finished the last video correctly, you should have gotten this initial resolutions bad boy and your articles of incorporation. Northwest Registered Agents are the people who are going to make sure that I get any mail or any notices of filings or anything from the state. So it's nice to have a registered agent to make sure that you're always staying compliant, and it just adds another layer of security. So highly recommend Northwest Registered Agents, but Busy is great too. I just got a better deal through them, and I provided you guys that link where they gave Title 8 members a special discount. So really, Wyoming is the cheapest of the 5 charger order protection states, especially with that link I provided. So I really like Wyoming, and they're super crypto friendly, but you can do it in Nevada or Delaware, wherever you want. Doesn't really matter. However, you want your operating company to be in your home state. So that's what we did here. You can see state of Hawaii. It's a lot easier to open up a bank account when it's in your home state. For Hawaii, if I go into a bank account and it's not attached to my person, say it's formed in Wyoming or it's held by a company in Wyoming, I have to fill out what's called a foreign agents form and pay a tax for that. So a good way to avoid that is just at first create it as a sole member and then later resign and move it into holding company. So that way it's easier to get funding and it's easier to open up bank accounts. So when I did this, I actually just put it straight into holding because I already have Joseph McDaniel LLC without my middle name as well, which is registered in Wyoming. You guys don't have to do that. That's just an extra layer I took just to kind of, if I ever need, you could say, well, that's, you know, that name right there is also in Wyoming. But we'll get into that in a later video on how to resign correctly, because you do need to send in a form to the IRS and to the state. But right now, we're not worried about that. We're just going to get our EIN number and we're going to open up this bank account. So let's go a little step further here. So I'm going to need this. I'm going to need the articles of resolution, and I'm going to need some, usually they want to see some sort of operating agreement. Not always, but this is just good to bring with you when you go into the bank. So, we'll skim over mine real quick. And guys, this is so easy. This takes like 2 seconds, especially now with ChatGPT. But I don't think you should just use ChatGPT to mindlessly spit out shit. Like, make sure you're reading what it put down and think about this stuff, So I'm just showing you mine for demonstration purposes, but whatever your business is, consulting, that's your decision on how you want it. If I tell you exactly how to do everything, that's my business. So this is your guys' business. You guys got to know how to do this stuff. I'm just showing you for demonstration purposes. They may ask for banking resolution. So I got a banking resolution here. And this banking resolution was made when it was in holding. So I went to the bank and they told me, hey, you got to get this, fill out the foreign agents form and yada yada and do all that stuff. So I didn't want to do that, and so I just ended up filing it as a sole member with the IRS. So as you see here, it says Joseph McDaniel LLC, sole member. And forgive this mystery liquid over here, I don't quite know what that is, But the important part is, even though it says that, I did not give my social security number when I got this form. So to get this letter from the IRS, you need to fill out what's called the SS4 form. So we're going to go over that right now. So yeah, again, the most important part of this is that you don't want to domicile yourself into the District of Columbia, because remember, residence is an Admiralty maritime term. If you're a resident, you're basically saying you're just a vessel and you actually live somewhere else. So unless you're a vessel and you're acting on behalf of the District of Columbia, technically saying resident means that you live in the District of Columbia. So if you don't live in this District of Columbia, the correct term would be I domicile on the Kingdom of Hawaii, right? Not the state of Hawaii, because the actual land of Hawaii is named the Kingdom of Hawaii. The state of Hawaii is registered in the District of Columbia. Technically, the state of Hawaii exists in the District of Columbia. So this is just another way that we catch ourselves in implied consent, and they have us through acquiescence and estoppel, and they're not telling us anything. They're asking us, and we're filling it out. We think that we're filling it out correctly, not realizing we are giving up our rights. So even though this may look funny and people may like raise an eyebrow to this because it's out of the norm, this is how you need to correctly fill out this form so that you do not activate the Commerce Clause. Because I do not reside in the state of Hawaii. I domicile in the Kingdom of Hawaii. So I am foreign to that state. Does that make sense? So I'm not like a foreigner in France. I'm foreign to the state of, which is all registered in the District of Columbia. So we'll go over that more in some of the nationality stuff. And yeah, I don't want to get into that too much because we're strictly focusing on how to get this bank account opened. So let's go over the lines here. Line 1, exactly like you made it with your with Northwest Registered Agents, copying what's on your social and birth certificate and driver's license. Executive Minister, managed by Koff Capital Holdings LLC. When I did this, I did not have an EIN number. I still don't, for Koff Capital Holdings. So it's not like there's landmines here. Oh my God, I need to fill this out perfectly. No, you should see some of the ways people fill this stuff out and still get EIN numbers. The most important thing, again, do not domicile yourself and do not activate the Commerce Clause by giving your social security number, because that is not yours. People think it's theirs, but it's not. So we want to get separated from that completely. All right, so line 2, you leave that blank. Line 3, it's managed by a holding company. If you wanted to get funding, you could just say, manage in care of yourself, the agent for, if you don't have a holding company, that's what you would put. So that way you can open up a bank account easier. And the domicile address is 5A and 5B, so that's not going to be anywhere in the corporate United States. So you could copy what I have, or you could put your own. Prosperity Nation of Peace, the Amnesty Coalition, that's a part of Brandon Joe Williams' Nation of Peace Coalition. So if you want to, wrap yourself in to that nation, he's done a lot of work there. So, that's a nice thing to do, because, really we're supposed to be organizing together in assembly, not doing all this stuff independently. That's why we're building this school, we're building this community, building a tribe, because real wealth is passed down through tribes. But we all have to be independently strong and own our IP. So this is the first thing that we're doing to take back our IP. So you don't have to have a holding company yet. That's what I'm trying to stress here. You don't need a holding company yet. You can always move it in later. So mailing address, we do need to get mail. So I recommend iPostal 1, or go get yourself like a personal mailbox, like I have here with UPS. And, 6 is important. So it's saying where the principal business is located, Prosperity of a Nation of Peace Coalition. Again, they're asking you to domicile. Tricky. They're asking you twice, trying to get you caught up there. Responsible party. I am the agent, for it, and I'm not using my all caps name. A lot of sovereigns get all hot on that, and really I don't think people even know the difference anymore. So, just for your own sake though, it's good to not use the all caps name, put your lower caps name, because you, living person, can only ever be the agent. You can never actually be the entity. That's where a lot of this misconception comes from. So 7B, no SSN, foreign. Or you could just leave it blank, or, actually don't leave it blank. Put foreign or put just all zeros. That's what I'd recommend. Is it a foreign equivalent LLC? Yes. Number of members, 1. Was it organized in the United States? No. All right, so a type of entity, brand identity entity, because that's what it is. You didn't own the brand identity that they gave you, so we're taking this back from them, and we're going to do some cool stuff with it. Now, 9B, I would probably just leave blank. That might even confuse them, because I'm saying the Wyoming territory. I'm not saying state of Wyoming, but, I still got the EIN number even putting that in there, but really you should probably just leave that blank. So 10, reason for applying. You could just simply say opening a bank account or banking purposes right there, the top one. I went a little bit further and got kind of detailed, but, depending on who you ask, some people say it's better to be vague. Some people say it's better to be detailed, especially when it's about anything ministry related. So name is a brand, applying for liability and brand recognition. That's the truth. So there's the date. All right, so what describes the principal activity? It's a branded nonprofit religious consulting and spiritual advisement, because Joseph Fane McDaniel works for the church. He works for Title 8, and I'm going to show you Title 8's EIN here in a second as well. So my labor is no longer for hire, guys. I work for the church, and that's what I'm doing. I'm taking back my full faith and credit. So this allows me to do this in a framework that they actually recognize, and not just, some paperwork of common law that nobody cares about, that they'll just, wipe their butt with and disrespect. So, even though I think you should still do your status correction and have all that handy if you ever need it, the true mechanisms for protecting yourself in commerce is owning your IP in commerce. All right. So that's what we're doing here. And the separation of power in church and state is very important. So that's why every, wealthy person has a foundation. Almost every powerful family has a 508c1a, even Trump. So the business works for the church, right? That's what it comes down to. But that's a later topic we're going to get into more in the 508c1a course. So I'm saying I'm working for the church here, and when I sign, I am signing without prejudice by McDaniel Joseph Agent. Making sure to always put that in. So now let's take a look here at Title 8s. If you notice Title 8s, they put the co here, which if you know what that means, co means it's a way to actually make it so you don't domicile into something. If you put co in front of it, it's care of. So, it's not saying you're here, you're just receiving mail here, or this person is just receiving on behalf of, right? Whereas the EIN letter on this one, you'll notice it says Joseph McDaniel, sole member. But guess what? Joseph McDaniel is also an LLC in Wyoming. So either way, I'm fine here. But the way that they did this for me actually makes it easier for me to open up a bank account. So that was awesome. God was looking out for me there. And so Title 8 organization 1101A28A. I recommend you look that up. That talks all about, this is the fact that this is not a business, and that this can't be classified as a business. So again, I'm not activating the Commerce Clause. And if they ever try to say that I am, guess what, mister? I got the code right there in the name. So you can go look up the code and see for yourself what this is. So, everyone can start their own Title 8 organization. You can too. I recommend you do. I recommend you name your church Title 8. You can make it Title 8, whatever you want, but, we're a lot stronger together. And if we have a community, it only strengthens all of this resolve, right? So that's the whole reason that trusts were originally made, is because trusts were made to protect the congregation when, say a pastor, somebody would get singled out. They couldn't take the church because the pastor owned the church, is owned in trust by the congregation. So that's what we're doing here, guys. and you know, I would recommend using that name, but you can use whatever name you want for your 508c1a. But as you can see, I did this in the same way. I used in care of Joseph McDaniel, agent, Solomon Joseph Lane, Kapahulu. Person in box number is not a business. The organization is in Prosperity Nation of Peace Coalition. Foreign, I am the agent. Same, pretty much same things here. This one I was a little bit less, you know, I was a little more vague on this one. So I just said, what is it? Literally put in the code there. So that's just kind of me being a smart ass. But you know, just another layer of protection. Again, not a business. They're going to ask you these things over and over again because, you know, if you don't know, they're going to put you, they're just going to default you into their jurisdiction. So by making sure I say these things, I'm again reaffirming that this is not a business. Signing without prejudice, founder, yada, yada. Not a business, nonprofit, religious charity work. Please don't blow up that phone number. I already get a ton of spam. But yeah, guys, that's how you do it right there. So once you have that, then you can go to the bank and, you know, open up your bank account. So yeah, let's get her done, guys.